Hey, an excellent morning, everyone. Could be afternoon for you or evening, depending on your time zone. Dr. Harry Benjamin here. Quick shout out from my studio, my porch studio. You've been watching some of my videos, you must be wondering what's going on with this porch and what's going on. All right, you're too inquisitive, as we'd say in Jamaica. But it's early morning where I am. Not early, but in the morning. And for some of us, it's early. For some of us, it's not. It's a little after 7 in the morning, and just reflecting on the story of the journey and also the lesson that I could share today that would be of great value to some people who choose to take the information that I'm going to share with you so that you could use it for your own benefit. That's the whole idea. And looking back over the course of the journey, one of the things that I realized no, that I didn't embrace then, wasn't even fully aware of, is the role that our creator plays in the success that we can have. And it took me a number of different, excuse me, stumbling blocks and areas that I have to get through. I remember one day my wife was praying for Thanksgiving dinner at our home in Florida, very soon after we had moved in, and she was thanking God for the meal. I was like, why is she thanking God for the meal? I'm the one who bought it. And I didn't have a clear understanding of, God and what that meant and the role that is in our lives and how we should be relating to our creator. And it took me down it. I had to go down into the financial valley, that adversity that becomes God's university. I had to have that experience to begin my own journey of waking up and becoming self-aware, and then in becoming self-aware, learning about the various practices that allow for us to have inner guidance. What Looking back now at this stage, I'm clearly aware that we need to have an inner guidance, an inner relationship with our higher being, our higher power. And when that happens, you get guidance. You literally get guidance. You have ideas. That's where a book of new thoughts that I published came from. It wasn't a book that I went out and did research and development for, and the testimonies are just mind blowing. If you want to get a copy to prove to yourself the content, go ahead. If you want to, right? And then just developing that has now become another, not that book, but the books that I'll do currently have been selected to be featured in a with a group of New York Times best-selling authors to co-author a book about the mind. So the point I'm making is that unfolded or emerged from my being, but I didn't understand what practices I could have used that would allow for me to become spiritually awake and aware when I was coming up as an entrepreneur. The only thing I knew about was just what I saw other people do and use what I saw them do with whatever cleverness I had from an egoic standpoint, and I used that to be able to create some results. But if I learned and practiced things like silent meditation, life visioning, understanding the importance of affirmative prayer and speaking affirmatively over our lives, the experience would have been so vastly different. So, what I'm encouraging you to do in this lesson here is to get connected, get aware, become aware, start practicing spirituality from a very early stage. And I don't mean religiosity, because that can become a major blockade. Even if you are materially successful, that can become a blockade. It can become a blockade for us. So to wake up, to become aware of our higher being and aware of the inner guidance that comes with that, so that as you're on the journey and you're on the pathway, your gifts and your talents and your capacities and your mission, what it is that you're here to do on the planet starts to become very clear to you, so you know what role you're supposed to play, and you have that higher guidance coming in, and you're going to avoid a lot of pitfalls, you're going to avoid a lot of unnecessary experiences, because you're going to be in alignment with what it is exactly you're created to do and how you're designed to fit into the great puzzle of life. Right? All the mistakes we made are going to be weaved into a beautiful tapestry anyway, but we can avoid some of them, and some of them are painful, I'll tell you, for free. So you want to go ahead and hopefully start that, if you haven't already done so, get into the process of learning about spirituality. History of God, history of religion. These are great books by Janet Armstrong to study. Dr. David Hawkins, speaks about power versus force and understanding the difference between power versus force. You can force your way, or you can have the power of your divine being, your higher being, assisting you in the pathway of your growth and development and expression of the gifts and talents that are loaded and coded in us before time began. So that's my lesson for today. Get connected and aware. You are connected, to be sincere with you. You can never be disconnected from your higher power. It's not possible. It's just that you, in your awareness, you can feel disconnected. You can have a sense of being separated from your divine higher power. You can only have a sense of separation. You can never be separated in reality. Okay? But we need to become aware so that that sense of separation disappears, and now you become aware of your higher guidance, and then things start to flow. You live from a flow state. So love you all. Man, I'm just beginning my flow state after years, right? Anyway, hopefully you begin yours quicker. All right, bye bye.